Splicing Homerun wires requires careful attention to detail and adherence to safety protocols. Improper splicing can lead to electrical hazards, including shorts, fires, and equipment damage. The materials you will need are insulated wire connectors such as butt connectors or wire nuts, electrical tape, and new wire if required to extend the Homerun. Firstly, before starting any work, turn off the power at the electrical panel. This is a critical safety precaution. Secondly, wear insulated gloves and safety glasses to protect yourself from potential electrical shock and debris. Next, prepare the wires. Strip the insulation back by about 1/2 inch from the ends of the wires you intend to splice. Twist the exposed wires together tightly in a clockwise direction to ensure a good mechanical connection. To splice the wires, choose an insulated wire connector appropriate for the wire gauge and number of wires being spliced. The connector should be rated for the voltage and amperage of the circuit. Insert the twisted wires fully into the connector. Crimp or twist the connector tightly using a wire crimping tool or pliers, depending on the type of connector. Ensure the connection is secure and that no bare wire is exposed. After splicing, wrap electrical tape around the exposed connection and the ends of the wire connector. Use multiple layers of electrical tape to ensure a secure and waterproof seal. This will help prevent corrosion and maintain insulation. Several additional considerations are important for safe and reliable splice. Firstly, allow for expansion. Leave some slack in the splice wires to allow for expansion and contraction due to temperature changes. This prevents stress on the connections. Secondly, use junction boxes. If multiple splices are required, enclose them in a junction box for protection. Junction boxes provide a safe and organized way to contain splices. Thirdly, match wire gauge. The new wire used for splicing should be the same gauge as the existing wires. Using a smaller gauge wire can cause overheating and potentially create a fire hazard. Fourthly, avoid overcrowding. Do not overcrowd wires in the junction box. Overcrowding can lead to overheating and make it difficult to properly manage the wires. Fifthly, label wires. Use wire markers or labels to identify the wires after splicing, especially if there are multiple circuits involved. This is crucial for future troubleshooting and maintenance. Wire connectors are designed to create a secure and insulated connection between wires. Butt connectors are commonly used for splicing wires end to end. Insert the stripped ends of the wires into the connector and crimp using a crimping tool. Wire nuts are another popular option. Twist the stripped ends of the wires together and then twist the wire nut onto the wires until it is snug. Electrical tape provides an additional layer of insulation and protection for the splice. Wrap the tape tightly around the connection, overlapping each layer to create a seal. Junction boxes are enclosures designed to protect electrical connections from the environment. They provide a safe place to contain splices and prevent accidental contact with live wires. When selecting a junction box, make sure it is appropriately sized for the number of wires and connections it will contain. Wire gauge refers to the thickness of the wire. It is important to use the correct gauge wire for the circuit to ensure it can safely handle the current. Using a wire that is too small can cause it to overheat and potentially start a fire. Electrical codes are a set of rules and regulations that govern the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. Always follow local electrical codes when splicing wires. If you are not comfortable performing these tasks yourself, consult with a qualified electrician. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous if not done properly. Always prioritize safety and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Always double-check your work to ensure that all connections are secure and properly insulated. A loose or poorly insulated connection can create a fire hazard. Never work on electrical circuits while they are energized. Always turn off the power at the electrical panel before starting any work. Consider the environment where the splice will be located. If the splice will be exposed to moisture or other harsh conditions, take extra precautions to protect it from corrosion. Use waterproof connectors and seal the connection with silicone caulk. If the splice will be located in a high traffic area, make sure it is protected from physical damage. Use a metal junction box or conduit to protect the wires. When splicing aluminum wires, use connectors that are specifically designed for aluminum. Aluminum wires expand and contract more than copper wires, so it is important to use connectors that can accommodate this movement. If you are splicing different types of wires, such as copper and aluminum, use connectors that are designed for this purpose. These connectors will prevent corrosion and ensure a good connection. Always inspect your work after it is complete to make sure that everything is in order. Check for loose connections, damaged insulation, and other potential hazards. If you find any problems, correct them immediately. Consider future modifications when splicing wires. Leave enough slack in the wires so that you can easily make changes or add new circuits in the future. This will save you time and effort in the long run. If you are not sure how to splice wires safely and effectively, consult with a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician can provide you with expert advice and ensure that your electrical work is done correctly. Splicing wires may seem like a simple task, but it is important to take it seriously. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your splices are safe, reliable, and code compliant. Always use approved materials and techniques when splicing wires. Never try to cut corners or take shortcuts. This can put you and others at risk. By taking the time to do the job right, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable for years to come. Understanding wire types is crucial, such as solid versus stranded. Solid wire is typically used for residential wiring, while stranded wire is more flexible and used in applications where movement is expected. The American wire gauge, or AWG, system is used to measure wire size. A smaller AWG number indicates a larger wire diameter and a higher current carrying capacity. Common wire gauges used in residential wiring include 14.2, 12.2, and 10.2. Always refer to the National Electrical Code, or NEC, for specific requirements related to wire size and ampacity. Ampacity refers to the maximum amount of current a wire can safely carry without overheating. The NEC provides tables that list the ampacity of different wire gauges based on their insulation type and installation conditions. When determining the correct wire gauge for a circuit, consider the load that will be connected to the circuit. The load is the amount of electrical power, measured in watts, that the circuit will be supplying. The NEC requires that the wire gauge be large enough to handle the load plus an additional safety factor. Voltage drop is the decrease in voltage that occurs along a wire due to its resistance. Excessive voltage drop can cause equipment to malfunction or not operate properly. The NEC sets limits on the amount of voltage drop that is allowed in a circuit. When calculating voltage drop, consider the wire gauge, the length of the wire, and the current flowing through the wire. There are many online calculators available that can help you calculate voltage drop. When installing wires, be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper support and spacing. Wires should be supported at regular intervals to prevent them from sagging or becoming damaged. Wires should also be spaced apart to allow for proper ventilation and prevent overheating. Use cable ties or straps to bundle wires together and keep them organized. This will make it easier to troubleshoot and maintain the wiring in the future. When running wires through walls or ceilings, use cable sleeves or grommets to protect the wires from abrasion. This will prevent the insulation from being damaged and reduce the risk of electrical shock. When terminating wires at electrical devices, be sure to use the proper connectors and torque them to the manufacturer's specifications. This will ensure a secure and reliable connection. Always test your work after it is complete to make sure that everything is working properly. Use a multimeter to check for voltage, continuity, and other electrical parameters. If you find any problems, correct them immediately. Always keep a copy of your wiring diagrams and circuit schedules in a safe place. This will be helpful for future troubleshooting and maintenance. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous if not done properly. Always prioritize safety and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work yourself, consult with a qualified electrician.